and welcome everyone to the STRUM show, where we pick only the best and the successful ones within the States. But not everyone's life is a fairy tale, so that's why they have gone through struggles and hard works, and you know, there's a lot of negative sides as well. And we are very lucky today because we have the opportunity to dig deeper into their musical history, into their life story. So here I have the Third Sovereign Band with me today, and we're gonna have a good day, but we will be knowing about them in a bit. So let's first take a look at the performance. We're gonna open this show with the performance called Holocaust of Preaching. What a way to start a show. It was an absolute perfect performance. Holocaust of Preaching. We'll be talking about the song a bit later, but before that, let's start the interview with an introduction. So I'll ask the guy on my right side. Can you please do it?
Hi, my name is Jonah. I play the bass for the band.
Thank you.
And Ruben, drummer.
Thank you.
I'm Vedant, I sing for the band.
Vedant, the vocalist.
Benjo on the guitars, and this is Third Sovereign.
All right, so now we have come to see their faces. They're gorgeous and handsome faces, and they'll be smiling a little bit later, so do not worry about that, okay? And I want to talk about the song that we just watched, the performance. So who will tell me about the concept of the song? Okay, Vedant, please.
Yeah, I guess probably one of the best songs from the album, from the second album. Basically talks about all the preachings that we see in this modern world, fed through the idiot box called TV, and mind brainwashing us in different ways. And metaphorically, it's the three denials of Judas towards Christ, you know. So that was the theme when I wrote about the song.
So it was you who composed the song?
The musical interpretation was being done by Benza, Ruben, and Jonah. And I just pen down the lyrics, whatever was there in my mind during that phase.
All right. So how do you guys come together as a band? Like, you are from different places, right? Different states as well. So when did you form the band, and how did you come together?
I guess I joined the band back in 2006. I met these guys in. I've met these guys before during those college days, but probably got up with these guys in Delhi.
So it was in
yeah,
2006.
and since then we're like hanging up all like this.
So I heard that there's a little bit of change in the lineup of the band, right?
Yeah, the most cliche thing in a band. Always had its ups and downs. But yeah, same here. Joined a year after Benza joined, 2007, sometime in the month of February. And Jonah saw me in IIT singing with one of my previous bands. And probably, I guess, what he saw and heard, he liked it. And soon after, I get a call from the guys that Mala, the previous vocalist, had set off for his personal ventures to AIzawl. And I get a call. Within a week, I just land down in Delhi, and here I am with the band, with all the ups and downs.
That's interesting.
Through all the years.
So talking about ups and downs, let me prompt the questions like, what was, like, you must have faced a lot of hardships and struggles in your lives, right?
Yeah.
Maybe individually or also as a band. So I would ask Jonah, or, okay, who's going to answer me this one, like, how difficult was it at the start of your career compared to your situation today? Okay.
We were like kids, and like we didn't even know how long we gonna go with this or something. We just for the sake of fun and interest in the music. So then that thing catches up with life, and you get more and more interest in different kind of genres that keeps popping every here and there. So we got really interested, and it keeps coming up. So it's always me and Jonah who's always together most of the time. And then yeah, like Vedant said, like we moved down to Delhi and again starting up the band, again the same band, and we don't even have any plan, I guess, during that time, because we were just love what we've been doing, and somehow we managed to catch some jobs here and there based on music, so we're happy with it, and then we keep on moving ahead with it. And I don't know, today we're here, I don't have nothing to complain about it also, since I have these guys with me all the time.
So you think it's
be
worth
Delhi
it, right?
or AIzawl, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's pretty much about with the whole thing. You can't complain. It's always like been a, I don't know what to say, but it's a kind of a safe journey and a precious journey for me till today.
All right, okay. So your band, the Third Sovereign Band, I've heard it's a Delhi-based band. So can you please tell me about it?
Yeah, Delhi is probably where it all started for us.
Okay.
The whole shift, the gear shift. And I joined in 2007. The first gig was Enslaved. And I feel really proud to say that they came down all the way from Norway. And it kind of, they opened for us.
All right.
And that was my first official gig with the band. That was 22nd of Feb 2007.
Okay.
A place called,
it very clearly, right?
Yeah, Turquoise Cottage. It was really great. Then we featured in GIR the second day. Probably 2 or 3 days after that. Magdalene was also there. I think they played in the Boomerang as well. Yeah. So yeah, and since then, onwards, a lot of pub gigs, especially organized by RSJ. It's very sad that Amit Sahgal is no more. He was, is, and always will be the father for Indian rock and metal.
Of course.
It's because of RSJ that bands like us from cornermost parts of Northeast came into the limelight, came into the foray. Traveled a lot, saw some new places, played in Hyderabad, Bangalore, Shillong. 2007, I think there was a show called Rainfest. Probably 12 to 13 top bands of India performed.
So you performed there?
Yeah, massive crowd. Some really crazy, brutal fights. Yeah,
you always expect them, right?
Yeah. So it was very funny. We completed around 7 songs, and then Ruben starts his roles for the song called Burnt Epitome, which is of course the song for the second album. And the cops come on the stage, and we have to just stop. So, but it was fun. That's metal. And then after that, 2008 was the year where it was a little bit of a mess. The first thing is, 2000 end, we play a show in AIzawl, Vanapa Hall. And after that show, I go back home. And I think even Benza was here. So Ruben along went back to Delhi. And we had this setup called the 9A, where we used to hang out and we used to stay there, jam, make music. So I go after 2-3 months to that place. I see all the doors black, melted. There is no jam pad. The acoustic guitars are all black, and Ruben tells me that the studio was burnt. It was a case of electrocution.
It was his studio.
Yeah, it was the band studio.
Oh, okay.
So that was a major setback for the band, as we were almost on the verge of recording the second album. First album, of course, was destined to suffer.
Okay. So did that bring you down a little bit? Like
Yeah.
A lot, you know, because like mostly all of the equipments were like burned down. His new drum kit was burned down, keyboards,
and everything.
speakers, almost everything, but not my guitar.
Okay, lucky you. Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, so that was a mess, and that was the time even Jonah had to make some decisions. He had to stay here, take care of his business as well. So then we hired this guy called Vicky, who was playing for this band called Holocaust. Also played for Accurate Semblance and Narsil, which was Ruben's side project that time. He was also playing drums for them. Anyway, Vicky comes in, and then we do a couple of shows in Guwahati, pub gigs. And then 2010 is where I depart from the band, because it was like I had hit a blog, and I was basically not enjoying it anymore.
Oh, so the blog is too thick, I guess.
Yeah. So had to shift back home.
Okay.
Also because of some personal reasons.
Then you came back, or?
Yeah, joined back in 2012, which was a relief. I had gone to Delhi for a week.
Okay.
And I jammed with these guys.
The prodigal son came back.
Oh yeah, the prodigal son.
The old chemistry came back. It was very refreshing. And me, Jonah, and Ruben never had I'd never left the band on a bad note.
All right.
It was always there.
It was just leave.
Yeah.
During a year,
and these guys, they were working as a sessions musician in an in-house band. So we were always talking over the phone, and Jonah and Ruben and Benza, like we were always discussing, should we carry this forward? Because if now, after all these setbacks, if we carry this forward, it has to be meaningful. It has to be productive. And then slowly came back to the band. 2013, I think they had a studio called Vortex, where we recorded the second album.
All right.
Released it in 2016 in Jan.
Okay.
And so far
So
the
it's
journey
doing
has
well?
been the new album has been getting some very good reviews from all over the world.
So there was a little bit of mess up, but then break up and patch up.
Lots.
Okay, lots
I'm actually
of things
getting
happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't even frame like all those ups and downs. And,
all right, but then right now here you did it because they have considered you as one of the pioneer of the Indian death metal music, you know, and also I heard that you have been an inspiration for many other musical bands too. So I think you did it right. Can you please tell me about the setup, the stage setup, the things that you use in the stage? So, okay.
Let's start from the drum kit. Yeah?
All right.
Ruben, he uses the world best drum, which is Mapex Pro Am. Then the cymbals are mostly Zildjians, right?
Yeah.
And then for me, I use the bass, 6-string bassist, Toby Pro. It's been serving me for more than a decade now.
More than a decade?
Yeah, a decade. Yeah. So, and Benja uses LXZ ESP guitar, LXZ 200.
LXZ 200, okay. Okay, thank you so much. And yeah, Ruben, I would just like to ask, how many albums have you released yet?
Full length, there's 2 albums. 2007 we have Destined to Suffer.
All right.
And then follow up last to last year, that is Perversion Swallowing Sanity. And then two EPs in between.
All right.
One is Horrified Visions, and the other one is, I can't even remember the name of that one. It's released by RSJ during those times.
All right.
Genre.
Okay, okay. So do you have any difficulties producing those albums? I mean, making the albums, was it difficult at all?
Yeah, it's pretty difficult because hitting the studio, it's your money like anything, and
cost
so
everything,
why,
right?
That's why sometimes we also have to set up by our own, and even Destined to Suffer is recorded in a place only in Delhi. And same thing happens for the follow-up album. Like we set up our own studio here in Aizawl and then get it done out there. Since we can't afford the expensive studios,
I understand.
It's always like that.
So do we have any upcoming albums?
Let's see, the plan is there, but first, before that, we might be releasing a 2-song EP again for the promotion. And
within this year, or can we expect that?
That's the plan.
All right, that's the plan. Let's hope it works out, okay? Let's go to the staging performance, like the international acts that you shared the stage with.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting and playing with some great bands. Would definitely like to mention Dying Fetus, 2014.
Okay.
That was in Shillong. We provided the drums for Trey Williams, who is the drummer for Dying Fetus. So Ruben, his drum kit, I mean, that was the perfect drum kit for them. So yeah, I mean, it was nice talking to them.
They were happy with it?
Yeah, they were quite happy with it. Okay. Ruben wasn't, because it was his drum kit, so he couldn't play on it.
Okay, I get that part. I get that part.
Enslaved was one more band. That was 2007. That was also a great show. It was a pub gig, and then they played in GIR. Then Decapitated and Nerve Cell. That was 2011. Deccan Rock.
All right.
Yeah.
So 6 years back.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, these were some of the bands which we had the pleasure of, playing with.
Playing with them. Okay, must be a great experience for you guys as well.
Because I mean, they're probably there, still doing what they're doing.
You're still climbing the ladder, right? Yeah, so it's a great opportunity for you guys. And I've seen that teaser that you released on your page about the Blood and Roots. Can you please tell me about it?
Yeah, Blood and Roots was initiated in 2015. A platform where we wanted all the extreme underground bands to come and perform together as a community. Because anyway, metal itself is a form of music which is very sad. It's considered as a taboo because with the tribe wearing all the black t-shirts, but it's not that, because people listening to metal, people performing metal music, they're just normal people, doing their own thing. It's just a controlled form of aggression which comes in a creative manner on the stage. That's about it. So the first edition comprised of 5 cities, which are Imphal, Shillong, Guwahati, Pune and Bombay. We did Imphal, we did Shillong, we did Guwahati, but unfortunately Guwahati was washed out. There was a rain, there was a downpour. So that gig was a bummer.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming to the show. It's a
Thank you for having us, because being a death metal band, we never expected to be on Doordarshan, which is the pioneering channel of India. And thank you to you guys for having us. We are really humble, and I guess we'll be doing just what we do.
Of course, of course.
Thank you so much.
We wish you all the best. And also for the closing song, with what performance will you close this show?
The song is called Grave of Humanity, which is the opener for the second album.
Okay, can you talk a little bit about the lyrics or anything, the song?
Yeah, Grave of Humanity normally talks about all the mishaps that's been going on in mankind. So this guy, from the first person point of view, talks about how he's so disgusted about this whole world that he's living in. And that is actually, there's an intro called Sakai Aikhla, which is, I mean, you guys know, it's a Mizo, it's a Mizo legacy, it's a Mizo legend. I mean, so yeah, I mean, so the song starts.
So you even add that in the song?
Yeah, because since the band is based in Mizoram, we wanted to give it more of a an ethnic flavor to it. So that was the idea. So that is the opening
That's a good
song.
idea, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Great idea.
Yeah,
Okay, grave. So it means the world is a grave of humanity.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right, guys. That is it for the show. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be seeing you guys again at the next show. But we're gonna close this with the performance, "Grave of Humanity."
Tumukalam chua mariak, patirale krang chala, pai pek nuaya kam kilu kan tuk sok sok kan sa sok sok. Tumukalam chua mariak, patirale krang chala, pai pek nuaya kam kilu kan tuk sok sok kan sa sok sok. Wayo, wayo, wayo. Wayo, 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 wayo. Nothing has changed and nothing will.